Hey guys, if you are watching this, I'm assuming you might be a parent, you might be a student trying to learn a new strategy for multiplication. And I know that might be frustrating, especially if you have a way you already like why do I need to learn a new way? Or why do I need to teach my student a new way, right? Well, props to you for giving this a chance. And I hope you like it and maybe you learn something and you're like, oh, I wish I had learned it that way. Maybe not, but hey, we'll see. Okay, we are going to do what is called partial products, okay? Now there's a reason I am doing two examples, so I hope you will stay around for both if you can. Okay, with partial products, it's gonna start out looking like our normal algorithm. I'm gonna write one number on top of the other, okay? Now, but in my brain, I'm going to think of this instead of as 41, I'm going to think of it as 40 plus 1. Okay? And I'm going to think of 30 as, you guessed it, 30 plus 1. Okay? So we are just kind of breaking it down with partial products. So this 1 needs to be multiplied by the 1 and the 40, and the 30 needs to be multiplied by the 1 and the 40. Okay? So first I'm going to do 1 times 1, which is 1. So that was my 1 times 1. Then I'm going to do 1 times 40, which is 40. Okay, so that was my 1 times 40. Next, I'm going to do 30 times 1, which is 30. So that was my 30 times 1. And last, 30 times 40, which 3 times 4 is 12. And then I add those 2 zeros, so 1200. So that was my 40 times 30. And then we add all of these up. And I end up with 1,271. Okay, so you might be thinking, that was a lot of writing and a lot of work. Okay, it kind of was, but let me tell you some of the pros of this strategy. So there is a lot of number sense happening. A student is understanding what they are multiplying together, which is a huge plus, okay? Another thing is, as someone gets better at this strategy, guess what? You don't actually have to write all of this that I wrote. That was basically for the sake of the video. But as a student gets better at this, they can basically just write this. They don't have to write all of this over here. Okay, so there are some students that will just thrive with this strategy, and it is so good with number sense and understanding what you're doing. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more example. So I'm going to do 56 times 34. Now I am going to write the side stuff again, but remember, as someone gets better at this strategy, they don't have to write that. I'm basically writing what I'm doing in my head, right? So we have 50 plus 6 and 30 plus 4 is how we're thinking about these numbers, okay? So first I'm going to do the 4 times 6, which gives me 24. That was my 4 times 6. 4 times 50, 4 times 5 is 20, and then add that 0, so 200. That was my 4 times 50. 30 times 6, which is going to be 180. And then 30 times 50, oh, I didn't write that. See, you don't actually have to write this. That's why I'm kind of like, oh. 30 times 50, which is 1,500. Sorry, I wrote that a little spaced a little too far. And then we add all these up. So I get 4, 10, carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1. So I end up with 1,904. Okay, that is a really solid, awesome strategy. If you want to learn some more strategies, I will link a playlist for you in the corner. Thanks.